While we've grown out, we've ninny bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars live stream. Hello to Lord Monk, Alan Cristianos, Shadow Cat, William Wilkinson, Silverbolt 94, Fitz 19, Wolfman 1976, Super VH, Joey Johnston, William Edward Hackman, Bossman is here, Super VH, PB Chew, Bruticus. Oktar was here earlier. I'm sure he'll be back. Thank you for the very early super chat there, Oktar. Much appreciated. Oh, there he is. And yeah, so welcome to everybody. New faces, old faces alike. Thank you for being here. If you happen to be watching the replay, we stream Wednesdays 8 p.m. Eastern, so you can join the lovely folks over here in the chat live. And yeah, so tonight we've got news, as always, of Earth Wars, where you learn more finally about the abilities of the new combat bots who are coming, and they are coming this weekend. And yeah, we'll get to it. I don't have a whole lot in the way of crystal cracking, but we do have a few. We'll go through and see what kind of duplicates I get, and that's basically what we got. And how about we go ahead and get to the news? Boy, I really screwed up that intro, didn't I? It happens. This weekend's event is called Black Hole. And yeah, gather your alliance, take part in this event to win up to 40 premium combat chips, 6 gold and a G-Metal Power Core chip, 150,000 Spark and Combat Spark, 1,500 4-star shards, 4,000 3-star shards, and 20,000 premium shards. So this is an alliance event. It's a totalizer, which means it's just one big prize list. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. And just the one prestige and super XP throughout this event, like it is throughout this entire saga. I think we got 2 weeks left after this one to super XP all the way through. It's very, very good to be able to go in there and level up your bots. To participate, you got to be headquarters level 4 and be in an alliance. Hit that yellow event button, pick the zone, win your battle, win the points, go collect your prizes with all your alliance mates. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones, and here's a summary of the prizes. You do get some of this stuff all the way throughout the event, but to collect everything that's promised there on that first slide, you do have to reach these point totals as an alliance. Otherwise, you'll end up with some of it, just not all of what's listed there. And it's still good. It's still good. Any prizes are good. Okay, so the new combat bots. First one for the Autobots is Sheeldron, or aka Gold Barrier. So we've got Sound Barrier here. I do not have the Gold Barrier or Sheeldron, who apparently came with that Netflix Optimus Prime. But basically, same guy except yellow. So there you go. Sheeldron is pretty fearless, prone to jump in at the deep end without much thought to his own safety. And he is very durable and resistant to injury, equipped with thick armor plating and vibro defenses that transmit an attacker's kinetic energy back at him. So that sort of definitely hints at a reflective ability. We'll see here in a moment if that's actually how it works out. Those of you who've read the newsletter have been spoiled already, but we'll go ahead and talk about Fangtron. Fangtron is a slippery customer, both in physical and psychological sense. He's vicious and always ready for a fight, but the venom he drips is sometimes more insidious, attacking a foe's self-esteem. He can repel most conventional attacks. We can call him Red Snake or just Fangtron or whatever. I actually do have this guy. He came with the Netflix Nemesis Prime in that mystery box. That was the second one. Not the Ultra Magnus was Siege, and then Earthrise was the Nemesis Prime mystery box. And Fangtron came as part of that set. So there you go. Those are the two guys. Now their ability. Do we have any reflection? No, not really. But it's okay. When you equip these guys as combat bots, it blocks a percentage of all damage. Every 15 it blocks a percentage of all damage for the equipped bot, just straight across the board. But in addition to that, every 15 seconds he places a decoy for 7 seconds that also has a percentage of the equipped bot's health. It disables defenses, kind of like RC's decoys, and it also then stuns the defenses when it hits 0 health. It'll let out a little bit of a burst of stun through the area. So I haven't tried it out myself yet, but that's what it says. It's not super overwhelming, but hey, it's something new. It's something to try out, and it's a little bit different than just throwing up a shield like they did with Sound Barrier and Double Crosser. Speaking of those guys, they got a little bit of an update, and I'm not sure if or when it's going live. Usually the live stuff goes live on Thursdays around noon Eastern. So we'll see. What they did is they increased the range of the shield, so when every so often he applies a shield to everybody in the area. They increased the range that the bots can be in to get the shield. So hopefully more bots. They don't have to be quite so tightly grouped to receive the shield. But they also added a shield that is they say it's a passive shield. It's a shield. It's a continuous shield on the bot that these guys are equipped to. So the equipped bot has a continuous shield, and then it does stack when he does his shield for everybody. It stacks on top of each other, so it's additional shielding for the bot who this is equipped to. So it's a little bit of an increase, and I'm not sure if it'll make you choose to use these guys if you weren't already using them, but I use them, and so I'm happy for the little bit of an upgrade. Just a reminder that if they do monthly gifts, the first newsletter of every week they give out a link to get a monthly gift. This week it was a Silver XP Core, 5,000 Premium Shards, and 10,000 of each of the types of Spark. That's typically what the gift is. If you haven't collected that already, come on over to my Discord channel, check in the Loot Links channel, and there is the link on the screen. It's also in the description of the video. For whatever reason, my little chat button doesn't work. Otherwise, I'd throw it in the chat right now. I think most of you guys are already over on Discord anyway. If not, come on over. There's the link there and in the description. And we also do giveaways every week right around stream time, where you just got to go and click a little reaction to what the post, and enters you in the running for a loot link, which will give you up to 10,000 of any of these different types of prizes. You can either get premium shards or any of the different types of spark. And all you got to do is join the Discord, look for those giveaways when I post them Wednesday evenings, right before the stream, and just click the little reaction that's there, and then you're entered in the running. So there you go. And that's basically it for the news. If you happen to be watching somewhere other than YouTube, there's a link to my channel, youtube.com/EngineerHoist. Pretty easy. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter @EngineerHoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. It's so infrequent, I don't even know why I promote this, because I'm almost nothing ever there. But hey, it's fun. And sometimes I do put stuff there, so there you go. Here, go follow me here, but don't really. But yeah, go ahead. What am I thinking? All right. So what's going on? I see Volcanicus, Big Runs, Rim joined in. I think I saw a Soldier come swing by. Yeah, welcome. Red Alert's here. Cool. Yeah, let's see. I see some people were throwing my name out there. Ninja Master Builder is Asking, what's the most favorite combiner outside of the game? Computron has always been my favorite combiner because he's the one that I completed as a kid in G1, and just so happens he's within arm's reach. So there you go. This is my childhood toy, except for a nose cone here. Oh, he's got a little bit of cobwebs on him. I need to move him a little bit more. But all these guys are from my childhood, except for nose cone, because it was a gift from Red Alert, as a matter of fact, because my nose cone, I twisted his head off as a kid. I put him in some kind of a port that didn't twist. I think it was on the Metroplex. But I mentioned on stream one time, and Red Alert managed to find one for me and gifted it to me. So thank you again, Red Alert, for that. And there's Computron, who is collecting cobwebs. I'm sorry, Computron. But there you go. Yeah. So let's see. And it turns out Computron is actually in the game now. So and he is a very good bot. So I'm happy to have that. But speaking of the game, how about we go crack some crystals? We'll start on the Autobot account. Don't have a whole lot here, like I said. What didn't do as well as wasn't able to play as much as I would have liked this weekend. I was mostly caught up trying to make sense of the whole area here, trying to organize, get some bots into. I don't like the fact that I'm having to store bots, but I'm doing it, so I'm trying to get them a little bit more organized. So I'm like, which of these dozen bins is this particular bot in? I'm trying to get a little more organized, so I spent a lot of time doing that. And plus, also, I'm rearranging the area so I can have a little bit set up, like we've talked about it before. But anyway, we'll talk about all that a little bit later, but let's go ahead and crack these crystals. But that's the reason why I don't have quite as many as I would have liked. But I do have a few. So I've got a G-Metal chip from the Prime cores. And it is a flak jacket. Okay. Pointless. I mean, food. Food. It's food. All right. So we got premium combat chips. See what kind of duplicates we get from here. We get a duplicate rung. Alrighty. And a duplicate red heat. Red heat. Pretty decent little combat bot when he's not banging his head against the walls. And we've got a duplicate sound barrier. Alright, we just talked about him already. And we've got, from the shard crystals, was able to get 3 premium crystals. Was not able to complete any 3 or 4 or 5 star crystals, so we'll do these 3 premium duplicates here. First off with Storm Clash. I do like getting the combiner bots because the combiner spark's always helpful. There's Trax. And the last one is Skylinks. All 2 stars. So there you go. Fun times to be had on the main Autobot account. And how about we switch over to the Decepticon account. We'll switch the sound over there too. Got a few more here. I actually did a little bit more here. I was trying to get to the point where I could get a Prime Core chip. Fell a little short, unfortunately, but I did do a little bit more work on this account. And so I could have a G-Metal core here if I wanted, but I'm saving it for the Prime Core. So we did get 4 premium crystals. We'll do that first. We'll get a Black Arachnia. Bone Crusher. Brawl. And the last one is Avocado Megatron. 3 stars actually, so that's pretty cool. Gives us some 4-star shards. Nice. Ooh, it's got a 3 there. Did we complete a 4-star crystal? No, but we did complete a 3-star crystal. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll crack these premium combat chips first, and we'll save the 3-star crystal as the main event. So we got a Shroot here. Oh, we're getting a new combat bot. 3-star. Who is it? Ooh, Vertebrake. Ooh, I like this one. I like this one. That was a good pull. I do like Vertebrake. I have to figure out who to put her on. Vertebrake's a good bot. I do like that. And this is Glit. Glit. Couldn't quite tell what color that little cat was in the space bridge there. And that is top fire line. The counter I almost said Top Shot, basically the same guy, but the Decepticons. Counterpart is what I was trying to say. This is a blowpipe? Yeah. And the last one is that Shrewd again? Yeah. Alright, cool. But hey, 3-star Vertebrake. I'm happy about that. And our 3-star crystal gives us our final duplicate of the evening, which is Impactor. Alrighty. That's basically it. So, I'm surprised. Thought it was going to be Dupe City. But did manage to pull a 3-star Vertebrake. Very happy. Let's see, the bat signal is here. So does that mean you're being controlled by Commissioner Gordon, I assume? So let's see. See what else do we got? Oh, Ninja Master Bill's got another question. How would we rank 4-star Warpath? I'd say he's pretty darn good. Get him leveled. Denali Kid, thank you for the super chat, my friend. I see the lights blinking and shows up in the chat. Jazz should be dancing here in a moment. He says, hello, Hoist. Great seeing you again. My apologies for not being part of the live stream for the past month. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone has kept me busy. I can understand games like that can really suck you in. About a month or two back, I actually got sucked into Zelda Breath of the Wild pretty deep again. I mean, I played it through. Didn't quite finish all of the shrines, but I did beat Ganon and all that before. But I started over from the beginning, so I wanted to just go experience it again. And this time through, I did all of the shrines. I actually stopped short of beating Ganon. I went through, did all the shrines, all the side quests, and then I started going off of the Deku Seeds. And basically, so I still got quite a few of those. There's, what they say, there's like 900. That's insane. But I was working on that, and then I kind of got off doing some other stuff, and then didn't get back to it. So on my second playthrough, Ganon still remains. But yeah, so I definitely understand how those games can definitely take up a lot of your time when you weren't planning on it. So let's see. Chris Dodd, how's it going? Summer, you just missed the crystal cracking. I didn't have a whole lot, but did get a 3-star Vertebrake from my Decepticon account. So didn't have a lot, but that's where we were. So that's basically it for the game. News and content tonight. So if you're just here for that, which is fine, have a good evening. See you next time. If you want to stick around and hang out for all the other fun stuff, then stick around. Always get the question, hey Hoist, did you get any new toys? No, I didn't get any new toys. But here's the cool thing about going through your collection and trying to organize and box them up and take them from here. This is a box full of a bunch of junk, and let's try to sort them out and get them in here. You go back and you find some toys that you had for a while and you just haven't picked up and played with for a while, and you're reminded of why you got them and how cool they are. Here, so I've got a couple of those here to show you. So not new bots, but newly rediscovered bots from my collection, and I think I might start doing that. If I don't get new bots in on a certain week, maybe I'll do hey, here's a cool bot from my collection that I wanted to showcase or something. And first up, we've got this guy. I don't remember exactly what line he's from. I want to say it was one of the I want to say it was like around 2010 or so. Like one of the movie inspired type of a bot. You'll see that once I transform him. But this guy is Hubcap, and I love his alt mode. It's very much like ZZ Top's car. Yeah, you really don't see any bots with this type of an alt mode. In fact, he may very well be the only transformer with this particular alt mode. But yeah, his name is actually Hubcap, and we'll go ahead and transform him. It's pretty simple. This will be a lot easier once I get my second camera set up, and that is I'm working on that. The second camera is on the way. So you kind of pull these arms out, and the legs kind of unfold, split them apart, and just kind of readjust some of the panels in the back there. And then you just kind of flip the front of the car down, and there's Hubcap from one of the circa 2010 toy lines. Hunt for the Decepticons. Thank you, PB2. I knew it's around that time. I just couldn't remember the exact line. But thank you for that. But yeah, there you go. So it turns into a pretty decent little bot too. The transformation is relatively simple for this style of a bot. Turns great little alt mode, great little bot mode. Pretty articulated for a little bot. You know, he's got the leg articulation. You know, he's got the arm articulation, shoulders. You know, I don't think he's got a waist so much. No, and the head can move a little bit. It's a little tight. Doesn't like to move, but it can. So there you go. So that was one that I got that I rediscovered. I just can't seem to put this guy away very far. I've got plenty of other bots that came around the same time that I've really kind of stored away deep, but this guy never seems to get stored away that deep because I really like this guy. So, Outcast 2017, good evening. Thank you for your support as a channel member. Alpha Trion 1 asks, have you seen the Dracula Transformer Draculus? I did see that that got released, and it turns out the figure he's based on, Mindwipe, that was one of the ones that I was working on organizing. I didn't bring him here, but I thought it was kind of neat that we saw the news for Draculus, and then here I had Mindwipe. I had to go and transform to get him in. To collapse him a little bit so he fit in the storage a little bit better. PB2 said, "Oh, are you serious? Hubcap there did inspired Thew's doop-de-doop-de-doo?" I did not realize that. That's pretty cool. All the more reason to like that guy. And that's a nice little segue with that question coming from Alpha Trion, because my second bot that I wanted to highlight is Alpha Trion. So that actually worked out really well. This is the Titan's Return Alpha Trion. He's got a nice little spaceship mode here, and he's got his little Titan Master head dude, Sovereign, just sitting in the command chair. You could have him, if he doesn't want to be protected, you can have him sitting out front in the gunner station. Nothing super exciting about him. He's just a little Titan Master dude. Turns into Alpha Trion's head. But like all the Titans Return Voyager class figures, this guy was a triple changer. Now, I've seen Alpha Trion figures turn into spaceships before. I've got a nice third-party Alpha Trion figure. Forget what it's from. It was like AFT Toys, I think. It was like the only figure they did, but it was a really good version of Alpha Trion. Kind of deluxe class, way too expensive for the size of the bot that it that it actually was. But it's a good figure. I'm glad I got it because it looks great, and it has a spaceship alt mode too. He never transformed in the TV show. May have transformed in the comics, not real sure. But being a Transformer, when toys are made, they like to give these things alt modes. And his second alt mode, not his bot mode, is an interesting choice. It is a unicorn lion. So there's Alpha Trion. Now, I have no idea why. So it actually kind of fits the whole Beast Wars kind of theme that we've got going on this past month or so, because he turns into a lion. Where this came from, I'm not real sure, but I do know before this came out, the Transformers Collectors Club put out a version, a toy called Alpha Trizer. It used the Thundertron mold from Transformers Prime, which also had a lion alt mode. And it was white, kind of had the purple. I didn't think to bring it with me because I wasn't planning on talking about it. It just kind of popped into my head. But the story behind that Alpha Trizer toy is that it was like a very old Cheetor and it gotten older and wiser, and that's why it was kind of still a cat alt mode. So I don't know if that had anything to do with this Alpha Trion toy being having a lion, and not sure what the whole unicorn thing is about, but still, it's pretty cool. Doesn't really have a tail so much. I think you can. I think there's a way you can kind of attach his sword to be a tail. It's been a while since I did it, but there's a way I think you can do it. But that's basically it. He comes with this nice little sword, and I think you can attach it in there somehow to be a tail. But he also has a bot mode, as you might expect. So we'll just kind of get him transformed real quick here. I've given up on trying to show you guys up here like this. That's just too hard. One thing that mine is it doesn't really tab into together. He's got this little joint here to change the configuration of his the top to the bottom, and it doesn't really tab in very well on my copy. I don't know if that's a common issue, but it definitely is an issue on mine. So get down there. All right, so there we go. So there he is there. Now they all also had this little gimmick. If you hit the little button there, he's got a couple little things that pop up along the side of his head. Gives him the full look. So there is Alpha Trion. This is the Titans Return Alpha Trion. Gotta love the colors, of course. And the fact that he turns into a unicorn lion is pretty crazy. Now he does have this little gun, kind of like a claw, and also, of course, his sword for his weapons. So I was just reminded that this guy was pretty cool and that he existed when I came across him in my collection. I figured since I didn't have any new toys, I'd go ahead and show off this guy, because he's pretty cool. It's just the unicorn lion thing. I've said that a bunch of times in here, but that really stands out to me. It's an interesting choice. It was an unexpected choice, but I like it. I like it. Not the perfect representation of Alpha Trion, because you know that you would expect from, say, the G1 cartoons or the comics or whatever. But still definitely you could definitely tell it's Alpha Trion with the colors and with the head there. So you can definitely tell it's Alpha Trion. And if you really were not sure, it tells you on the box, right? So, but yeah, I thought thought that would be a cool thing to show off there, in lieu of any new toys arriving this week. Mostly what I've had arriving this week is new gear for the new setup. So, Silverbolt says, "Wish he had a cape, and then he'd be perfect." Capes are hard to pull off without having like an accessory, and Titans Return certainly wasn't known for that type of an accessory. Super VH likes the broadside toy from the same Titans Return line. He is pretty cool. The jet mode is kind of junk, but I like his aircraft carrier mode, and his bot mode is really cool. I definitely agree with that. And yeah, the Minecraft collection slide, I meant to put that in the slides, but I forgot to do that. There, PV2. So thank you for the reminder. I meant to put that in the slides. So we'll go ahead and do that. So let me go back to the old way of doing it. All right, so community content. Yeah, they've been doing that in the newsletter. We've got a good community over in Discord. We've got some creative people over there, and one of the most creative people is our good friend PV2, who is in the chat, and he's been putting building bots in Minecraft, primarily Decepticons, because he plays as a Decepticon. So there is, first off, he's got his whole collection we're going to be going through, because they're very impressive. So first off, we've got the Sentius twins. I think these were the first two you actually did, before you started spanning out to all of the Decepticons. But I like how you've got them kind of facing each other like they're squaring off, like they were when we first met them. And so next up, we've got Megatron out front. You can spot a few more of the Decepticons behind them. You get to see Acid Train, Nemesis Prime, Shockwave, Soundwave, and his minions back there. Blitzwing. Don't worry, we're going to get closer. So we've got Rodimus Unicronus. And we've got Galvatron and his minions, Scourge and Cyclonus. Very cool. Next up, we've got Octopunch and Bludgeon. They make sense to go together because they were originally Pretenders and also part of the Mayhem Attack Squad in the comics. And you've got, I think that's Straxus there, right next to him. I'm not sure if we'll get a closer look at them, but you got Runamuck and Runabout back there. Runabout's not in the game yet for some reason. I mean, Runamuck came in, what was this, almost 2 years ago now, or is it 3? And Runabout's got to come around sometime. But he's not here yet, but he exists in PB2's Minecraft, so. And looks like we got some Seekers here. I think you guys know who all those Seekers are, but I'll say them anyway, because you know, that's kind of what you do in YouTube videos, right? Starscream, Thundercrackers, Skywarp, Slipstreams off to the side there, and you got the Cone Heads, Ramjet, Dirge, Thrust, and I think that's going to be the Cybertron Starscream back there. You didn't just make 2 of them, because again, these are based on the game. So my video stopped, didn't it? That's weird. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, who out there is asking what's the technical glitch today? What's the technical glitch today? There you go. There's the glitch. Let me do that, see if that has anything to do with it. Yeah, take a pic. Grab it. Grab it. Alright, hang on. Nope, that didn't seem to have anything to do with it. Alright, let me try this again. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can do something with this. We're moving again. Yeah, that is a good point, Oktar. Nobody asked about the glitch today, and we got one. So, everybody, ask what the glitch is going to be, because every time somebody asks, we don't have one. But then nobody asked today, and we have one. So, I think it might have something to do with the pulling up the Discord. That might have something to do with it, which is why I wanted to start putting it in the into the slideshow, but I just forgot today. I just honestly forgot. All right, so back to it. So we got the Decepticons there, Bombshell, Kickback, Scrapnel or Shrapnel if you prefer, and next to him is that Barricade, I think. Hoist in thought is the screenshot image. All right, the black con is Flatline. Okay, so it's another bot that we don't have in there, but it is a potential for a new Decepticon healer, because Flatline in the comics, in the Dark Cybertron comics specifically, was a medic, a Decepticon medic. And in fact, when I went and met with Space Ape, when I was first saying, hey, we should have Hoist in there, a good counterpart if you want to have some kind of a healing duo or whatever, would be Flatline. I mentioned that to them. Clearly, that's not how it worked out, because Hoist is paired with Crankcase. Will we ever see Flatline? I don't know, but he looks good in Minecraft. Next up, we've got the Constructicons, as you might expect. Scrapper, Mixmaster, Long Haul, Hook, Bone Crusher, Scavenger, and of course their combined form Devastator right behind them. And continuing on with the combiner teams, we've got the Predacons with Razor Claw, Rampage, Dive Bomb, Tantrum, and Headstrong in front of Predaking. These guys look great, especially that Predaking. I mean, those wings are pretty big, but man, he looks good with the big wings. Tell you that. Great job there. And up here we've got the Combaticons, Onslaught out there leading the charge, Swindle trying to make a deal, and Brawl, Vortex, and Blast Off, and then Vortex with Bruticus hiding back behind him. Not exactly hiding. Oh, who do we got here? A little random assortment of bots. You got Trigger Happy, you got Exhaust, Octone or Octane, or Tankor to some people back there. You got Reflector. Anybody know the names of the 3 Reflector bots? Pretty sure they showed up in the game. What was it? I'm not saying I know. Spyglass, Spectro, and Viewfinder, maybe? So, one of you guys out there knows. Name them. And you got Overlord hiding back there. Spectra Spyglass Viewfinder. Got it. Thank you, BB2. And oh boy, we got a whole bunch here. Got a whole bunch here. Right out in front there, kind of a dark mess. That's Vertebrake, and that's no fault of PB2's at all, because we've seen Vertebrake before, and she really is just like dark brown, except for like the chest. Really is just like dark brown everywhere. So I did a perfect job of capturing it. And you've also got Dinobot 2 there, Tonbot off to the right there. I'm trying to think in the middle. Tarantulas maybe? Then Waspinator, Black Arachnid, Megatron. Then you got Transmetal Megatron behind him. Transmetal Black Arachnid back there. Oh, yep, Transmetal Tarantulas behind him. You see a few more behind them. I had a feeling we'd be zooming in. You got a couple of the Decepticon headmasters there. You got Skull Smasher or Skull Cruncher. Smasher in the game, Cruncher in the G1 toy. Mind Wipe, of course. You've got Snapdragon, Counterpunch, Nightbird, Viper. Oh, and we've got these guys. These are the little combat bots. I see Catgut, Crater Maker, Fireline, Ravage, Shroot. Oh, Glit, Double Crosser. Oh, I can't even remember them all. Oh, you got Fangtron over there. Bomb Shock. Overkill. Blowpipe's in there somewhere. Yep. Aimless is in there, I'm sure. Names are escaping me for the moment. Oh, and we've got the Terrorcons. You've got Hunger. The name didn't want to come into my head for the moment. Hunger and Blot and Center Twin and Cutthroat and Ripper Snapper and Abominus, of course. Superfeed says Bomb Shakalaka. Oh, Gatorface. Yeah, okay, Gatorface was in that last one somewhere. Stunticons. Breakdown, Dragstrip, Motor Master, Dead End, and Wild Rider or Breakneck, depending on if you're going by the name or the toy. You've also got Off-Road there, even though he doesn't form Menasor, who is in the back. You do have Off-Road is there. He is a Stunticon. Alpha Trion was everybody always forget about Brawn. Well, I'll tell you not why we're forgetting on this one, because we're going through all the Decepticons. That's what PB2's been making, is the Decepticons. Decepticons like Lockdown, and that's Barricade, and Lugnut, and Dirtbag. Yeah, pretty sure we'll have another look over here at these guys. Oh, Crankcase was there. He's kind of cut off to the side over here too. But then you've also got Skyhawk and Fellbat or Hellbat, Kill Bison or Iron Bison, and Leozak, and did you put Jaguar in there? I think that black one there next to Leozak. And a couple of these names are Drillhorn. That's the one I was missing. I'm not sure who the great green guy is on the end. Death Cobra is the green one. Okay, and then you got Deathsaurus or Death Chicken there, and of course Lyle Kaiser in the back behind them. And looming off in the distance, we'll get to. Right now, as a matter of fact, it is Scorponok. And you can see in that last picture just how large the Scorponok is compared to all these other guys. They're roughly in scale, he did them. So which is very, very impressive. Very impressive. And then we've also got Trypticon. We showed off more shots of Trypticon last week. But we've got here's the POV of the Autobots looking at him. So well done. And late submission from DJ Fitz, aka Fitz19 in there. He's got a Megatron. I want to say, what is that, Despotron? Probably, because he's got the same problem with the legs mine does, where he's off to the side, kind of didn't have his V8 juice. And nice shot of the stream in your phone in the background there too. So well done, well done. Yep, I recognize Despotron with the left leg not quite locking in and extended. That mine does the same thing too, where he's just always kind of like off to the side. Drink a V8, Megatron. Drink a V8. Because you remember those commercials, like they always showed people walking like sideways or whatever because they weren't balanced. So you drink the V8 juice, which is basically like tomatoes. It's I've had some before, but anyway, it's supposed to give you a balanced nutrient, so then you walk straight or whatever. So anytime I see anybody got anything leaning over, I would say he didn't have his V8. Pretty sure I'm not the only one. But for anybody who may not have seen those commercials, that's what that's about. So, I agree, Taylor. The amount of time to make these things, it's in the Minecraft stuff, it's mind-blowing. I'm very impressed. I mean, I don't know if I gush enough about the great work that you do, PB2, but it truly is amazing. It's mind-blowing. I would not have the patience to do that. So, it's great. It really is. The only new addition to the collection is Cyclonus' Armada, but it's really just another Cyclonus. Yeah, his Armada. I've actually seen people before where they actually put like that's a completely separate bot with the name Hizar Mada, like H-I-S-A-R or H-I-Z-A-R, I think, as Hizar as the first name, and Mada, M-A-D-A, as the last name. So it's two different bots, Cyclona and Cyclonus and Hizar Mada. When I first saw that, I cracked up, and I thought it's great, and it's stuck with me, and probably will stick with me ever since. So, gotta have two Cyclonuses or Cycloni, because one is Cyclonus and one is Hizar Mada. So, yeah, cool stuff. Taylor says the secret is Chew has 30 hours in his day. That, or he's a time traveler. Or he's just really good at Minecraft. Yeah. I keep saying I'm going to sit down and maybe do some customs, like paint some stuff, but man, I can't even hardly bring myself to sit down and do the easy thing and put toy hack stickers on, or build the model kits that I have that don't require any kind of creativity or trying to figure out the actual paint or whatever. You know, all I gotta do is put stickers on, but man, I've got such a backlog of those stickers. You know, I built those model kits. I built the See, I built Attack Mode Optimus, I built Devastator, and I built Starscream. But I've still got a number of them. I've got 2 more Optimus kits. I've got a Drift, I've got Thundercracker and Skywarp, I've got Megatron, and Bumblebee, I think is what I've got. And because I apparently like collecting unbuilt model kits, I also have the Rodimus and Windblade kits on order. They're not out yet, but I've got them pre-ordered. Weird that we didn't get repaints of Scourge in '86. Yeah, you mean back in 1986, like back in G1? Because I know they did actually do a redo in the Studio Series '86. They released Scourge a while back, and then they've also released a Sweep, which is basically Scourge with some subtle difference in the blue color. And I think the hands are a little bit different, but otherwise it's pretty much the same thing. Oh, there you go, PB2. Mr. Creeper is saying, "Oh, build Unicron." That's your next. That's your next project. You got to build Unicron in scale. In scale. You can use toy scale. Oh, I see what you say there, Oktar. I can't seem to find the time to build kits or put stickers on, or even to clear a desk to see transformations. I'm working on it. Believe it or not, going through what I've done is I had a whole number of bins that were kind of full or half full. I actually, by consolidating things and organizing them, I actually cleared up like 5 bins. They're like the 16 quart. I don't know. They're about like this by this. So, but I ended up clearing up like 5 separate ones to be completely empty by consolidating things into an organized manner. So that takes a while. I'm also trying to catalog. I'm not doing a 100% job, but as I can, I'm trying to catalog so I don't just have 20 or 30 bins. Like, okay, well, where's the bot? I'm trying to go through and say, okay, this is a bot of Earthrise bots, and this is a bot of Siege, and this is, I actually lumped up. The way I'm doing the trilogies, I've got the Prime Wars trilogy, so Combiner Wars, Titans Return, Power of the Primes. They can be. I'm not worried about keeping them separate. If they're all kind of intermediate, I could have them all together. And then I'll have Siege, same thing with Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom. That's the War for Cybertron trilogy. So if I've got some Earthrise in with some Siege or in with some Kingdom or whatever, it's not a big deal. I'm trying to keep them within the lines, whatever. But in the interest of taking advantage of all the available space, I'm trying to do all that. But I've got a long way to go. I'm still going to end up with a whole lot of miscellaneous boxes, I'm sure. So I need to hire an intern. Yeah. My experience with interns is there was one time in my career we actually had not so much an intern, it was a co-op. So this person had not completed very much of their college career, so they didn't really know a whole lot of the things they needed to know for the job, which was kind of understood. But I was assigned this person to help out, and I didn't really get anything more done because the few things I gave them to do, I had to take the time to explain them, and it actually probably took more time to teach them how to do this stuff than it would have taken for me just to do it. It's still pretty cool. I'm not saying it was a bad thing or anything, but that kind of stuff often doesn't work out as well as you'd like. This is a little bit of a different situation, but at the same time, I tend to be a little particular, and probably wouldn't do it the way I'd want to do it, then I'd end up redoing it. So that's just me. Plus, like I said, it's kind of nice. I'm sort of kind of complaining about it, but I mean, if I wasn't doing it, you wouldn't be seeing this guy tonight. You know, you wouldn't be seeing this guy tonight, because I wouldn't be going through and seeing them and being inspired to come and share with you guys. So it is kind of the nice thing, you know, going through that. So that's one of the hard things about trying to organize and clean up, is you get slowed down because, like, oh man, remember this thing, you know. So anytime that you get, if you really need to get something cleaned up and organized or whatever, the person who made the mess, needs to be gone and let other people do it. It's very hard to do. I'm not sure if I would want to do that, and I know plenty of other people who wouldn't want to do that. But really, if you want to get it done fast, the owner of the stuff, needs to be gone, because your attachment, your nostalgia or whatever, is going to slow everything down. And you need somebody who's not attached to any of this stuff. It's just stuff that they need to sort and organize. They'll get it done faster when you don't have the attachment, and then they have to stop, and because the memories are coming back. I'm not criticizing. I get it. I do the same thing. But that's really kind of what you'd have to do. But that's in theory. Did you ever watch those shows like on like TLC? It was like Clean Sweep or something like that. It was those like home makeover shows. They'd have this team of people, and they'd come in, and they'd have this family in this. You got this room. It's kind of a mess. There's all the stuff everywhere. They pick like 1 or 2 rooms in the house, and they come in. They've got the professional organizer. They got the professional decorators. They come in and whatever. Those shows, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, because they come in and the team comes in and they just take all this stuff out, and you can see those people like, no, not that. They're holding on to everything, and it's easy to judge them, but you know, if you put yourself in that position, you would do the exact same thing. I know I would. But I always enjoyed watching those shows. I mean, they came up with some pretty cool stuff, some designs, and of course the personalities were catchy. You know, wasn't it like with, no, not Hoarders, wasn't it like, what was the Ty something or other? He was like the builder guy. It was like the first thing he did. It wasn't like this one where they swapped houses. There was another one too where like the families, they would, like friends or whatever, they would swap houses and they would each do one room. And that one was annoying because they'd always come in with the designers, and one couple of them would always just do the most god-awful designs. Like, it's like, you're doing this intentionally just to be a jerk, you know. No, it was more the ones about the ones where they actually came in. I swear it was called Clean Sweep, but yeah, I haven't watched anything like that in a very long time, so I have no idea if it's even on. But I remember it was interesting, and definitely seeing those people. It was one of those things like, okay, we're gonna get all this stuff. You can pick. You can have one tiny little blanket where you can put stuff that you want to keep. Everything else goes into a yard sale, so you can try to make some money to help fund your remodel. Everything else, donated. Everything else is gone, and that's really kind of what you got to do. So, a little bit of a digression, but it kind of fits in with the collection, and I kind of want to do that with my collection too. Kind of like get everything organized or whatever. Figure out a display. Get the stuff on the display, and then everything else, I don't want to be in the business of storing bins. Like some things I can't get around because there's plenty of stuff. A lot of figures come with lots of accessories, especially like masterpiece type figures. They'll come with like accessories where you can display 5 or 6 different configurations. So no matter how you display the thing, you're still going to have a bunch of junk left over that needs to be stored somewhere. So I'm going to have a fair number of bins of just that kind of stuff and instructions and stuff like that. That kind of stuff, I don't mind. But like extra figures that are just kind of sitting off somewhere, not being on display, I don't really want to be in that business. Maybe a few things like that. Maybe I want to swap some things out from time to time. You know, things that like I really like. I'm really drawn to. I just don't really have a place for it. But a lot of stuff, I think I just need to kind of say goodbye. You know. So I like seeing your collection. Call the segment "Hoist Cleaning." Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that. Yeah, as I start, yeah, just kind of had the random idea to see those guys. I don't know. I was going to reach for them again because you've seen them, but yeah, I just kind of had the ideas like today. I was just thinking, it's like, well, I don't have any toys to show. What kind of stuff do I want to do? And we're like, hey, how about I show off these guys that I found? I'm like, you know, that might be a pretty cool segment or something. And you know, I do actually want to get back to doing like actual reviews. I mean, that's why I'm investing. I've spent a fair amount of money on stuff recently, so that I can do this stuff not just live during the stream, but I mean, I got this stuff specifically so that it works live. But I'm also doing it because I want to actually do some like real reviews, like where I can do something like a 6 to 10 minute review or whatever. The whole like, here's the bot in robot mode, here's how you transform it, and here's the bot in vehicle mode, and some accessories and stuff like that. Well, I'd like to do some of that, and so this will help me do things like that too. But I don't get things fast enough to keep up to be like the first guy out of the gate. So that's kind of and I'm not even talking about like the people who allegedly steal things from the factory, who are reviewing them before they even get released at into the U.S. or whatever. But I'm talking like not even the first one. I'm seeing people all over. Yeah, I got this toy. I got this toy. I got this toy. I'm like, that stuff hasn't shown up for me yet. Like the Ark. People all over say, hey, I've got the Ark. The Ark has landed. They're finding it in their Targets. They're getting it from their stores that they ordered it from. And me, it still hasn't shown up in the place that I pre-ordered it from. I did see it's available on Target, so tip. If you or Amazon rather, I did see if you so if you're interested in the Ark and you don't have it pre-ordered anywhere, go check Amazon. Saw that it's in stock, but it's $10 more than the place where I pre-ordered it. So I'll wait. Besides, I ordered it from TF Source, and I already have one thing sitting there waiting to be shipped, and I like to wait till it hits 150 so I get free shipping. When the Ark shows up, I'll be able to get the Ark and that other thing. So I'm just going to stay where it is. And wait. Point is, I'm not. But there's always going to be plenty of reviews out before I get to them. So I'm thinking maybe I don't really worry about stuff like that. I mean, if something comes in and it's like really awesome, maybe I'll do it. But maybe I go back through and do stuff like what I did tonight, and maybe I do a review of Hubcap and say, hey. Random bot review or something. Maybe I do something like that. Not just like on stream, briefly talking about it. Maybe I actually do like a real review of this guy or something else. Hoist, cleaning. It's like, hey, I'm going through my collection and finding, cool bots from the past. Call it retro reviews or something like that. I don't know. I've got ideas, but. I've had plenty of ideas. My problem is following through a lot of times. But Red Alert says you ordered the Archon Pulse and nothing yet. That's the worst. That's the worst place. You would think that would be the first one to ship out. Hasbro Pulse. Anytime I've ordered something from Pulse that also is available to other places, Pulse is always the last one to get it. It's like it's your own place. How are you not prioritizing Hasbro Pulse stock over stock anywhere else? That's one thing I don't get. I'm glad that I don't pay for that premium service or whatever, because that doesn't get you any. It's not like that gets you anything faster. So I've seen plenty of people complain. It's like, I give you $50 a year and I'm the last one to get it. So the bin hunters. Quentin Hager says, a cool toy is a cool toy. I have to live vicariously. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'm starting to do that too with some figures, like some of the more expensive stuff, because I'm trying to cut down on what I get. because I've complained before. I'm running out of space. I was just complaining about it. I just don't have the space I need, and I do need to cut back on the money. So I am definitely not getting nearly as much stuff as I have in the past. I don't have as much pre-order. I still got some stuff pre-ordered. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to stop getting stuff. I'm not getting as much, particularly the masterpiece scale. That stuff's just so expensive. But yeah, I get it. But I still like to watch the reviews and see other people do stuff, and it's still fun. So like you said, living vicariously. Your wife would kill me if she only knew how much I spent on Earth Wars. Yeah, I feel that. I've had to cut back there too, because like I mentioned, I got that new car a couple months ago, which I love, by the way. But big increase in my monthly budget, which I had to cut back some places, and one of the places is spending on games and toys too. That's another reason why I'm cutting back, is on games and toys, because I gotta pay that bill. Red Alert says, waiting 5 months for my C.O.M.B.A.T. Silver Legs Optimus Prime. I hadn't heard that. I mean, I'm aware of the MP44. I didn't. I don't think I've seen the Silver Legs option. Have a good one, Bat Signal. You can go ahead and turn yourself off and let Batman go to sleep. Have a good one. See you next time. Fitz is asking, how much will MMC Run cost? Don't know. I haven't seen him up anywhere. I almost want to say he was up at, like... Are they doing something crazy, like having him only available as some exclusive retailer? I hate when they do that. That's stupid. Yeah, so... I think it was Bobby Skullface in one of his sit-down Saturdays saying something that these toy companies do that with these retailers or whatever. It's like, it may benefit one or the other, but it certainly doesn't benefit us. Because, it's like, I mostly get all my stuff from one place or another. Don't make me have to go to some other random place that I don't know to go get some special thing. So I think they did that with that, I forget what they called it. It was like that female version of Tarn. It was, I don't know, was it Entertainment Earth or something? It was an exclusive to one of these other online retailers or whatever. I mean, even like the TFCon stuff, like what the Orlando ones, because they canceled Orlando, and but you could still buy the stuff, and I get this one I kind of understand, because it was intended to be sold at the convention, like in person. You go pick up the box, you pay them a card there, it's like whatever, it's like a different store or whatever. But for that one, you had to go to one of these specific sites, because that particular place sponsored that thing. It would not exist if not for that particular store, like Ages 3 and Up or Toy Dojo or something. It varies depending on the figure or whatever. So that one I can kind of understand, but something that's not that, it's not an exclusive for a convention, it's just a mainline, like Run or that female Tarn or whatever. It's like a normal thing, or like another example, all these like Amazon exclusives, like the Earthrise Ironhide and Prowl being Amazon exclusive, or Thrust being Target, and Ramjet and Dirge being Amazon and stuff like that. That's mainline stuff. Put it out everywhere. These are things that everybody wants. If it's kind of an obscure thing, like I can understand. Like, people are criticizing Star Saber or Victory Saber being HasLab. Why would they do that? I mean, it's not much more than mainline or whatever, but it is kind of a risk. Not many people know Star Saber or Leo or Victory Leo or have an attachment to that. Those of us here talking, personally, I wouldn't have an attachment to it. I wouldn't have backed it if not for Star Saber being in Earth Wars. So thank you, Hasbro can thank Earth Wars for introducing me to Star Saber and kind of wanting to have Star Saber stuff. But that's why they're doing that, because it's kind of a risk. They don't know how many people might actually want that. So things like that being HasLab or some other kind of an exclusive, I can kind of understand that, because they don't know how much people might want it. But mainline stuff like Ironhide and Prowl have no business ever being an exclusive anywhere. The Coneheads, they're popular enough that they have no business being an exclusive anywhere. Now that G2 Ramjet, that recolored Ramjet, sure, that's something that's kind of an obscure reference or whatever. You can make that an exclusive. That one's okay. But like the original 3 Coneheads, no way should that be an exclusive. Yeah. What shirt am I wearing? It's just a Decepticon logo. Oh, my doorbell is ringing. It's it's probably UPS. Believe it or not, it's like 10 after 9 right now, and UPS is just arriving to drop off my package. So you can wait out there for the moment. Well, I'm both. I've got Autobot and Decepticon. I'm an equal opportunity Transformers fan. You know, I know a lot of people out there, they're just all about the bots. Some people are just all about the cons. No offense to any of you guys, but I love it all. I love it all. Autobots, Decepticons, G1, Bayformers, whatever. I'm finding Armada very hard to get into. I've watched a few episodes, but I just haven't gone back. But you know, Beast Wars, Prime, Animated, Rescue Bots, even every Transformers that I kind of see, Cyberverse, even RID 2015, everything that I've seen, I've enjoyed to some extent. So, mercenary, yeah, there you go. Call me a mercenary if you want. Yeah, I found this. We got this shirt on 80s Tees. 80s 80STEE 2E's TEES.com. 80stees.com. There's a whole bunch of Transformers ones there. In fact, all the Transformers shirts, all the ones I regularly wear. I've got a few things that I got from other places, but everything that I regularly wear, I got from that place. I got or was gifted by somebody who got it there. So. Yeah, they've got basically they've got G.I. Joe and Back to the Future, any kind of 80s property. They sell T-shirts for it there. And I don't think it even has to be 80s. I'm pretty sure they've got Star Wars, they've got Mandalorian stuff there too, I think. But looking back through the chat. When I get on a roll like that, I end up not seeing what you guys are seeing. Let's see, Quentin Hager is asking, what was your first Transformer? Honestly, I cannot remember what my first actual Transformer was, but the way that I always answer that is my first Transformer was a GoBot. In fact, it was probably a Machine Robo, because I got it in Japan when I was very young. We were visiting Japan for some reason, and we ended up in a toy store, and I found this little gray jet that turns into a little robot man. You folks may know him as Leader 1 from the GoBots, but I'm pretty sure it was Eagle Robo from the Machine Robo line, because GoBots was America, which was based on the Machine Robo stuff over there. And I definitely had some GoBots back in the day. I don't have any of them now. But I could not tell you which is the first actual Transformer. Somebody will steal my package. No, not likely. I've got the camera on there, and I get the we got the music going on the iPad, so I can go ahead and turn this stuff off on the phone, so I can get my notification just in case it shows up. It'll notify me if anybody else comes to the door, and then I can run and tackle them. It's not the camera. It's just the power adapter for the camera. It's still a little pricey, but it's not the camera. The camera requires a signature. That's coming tomorrow. And that's coming FedEx, which won't be at 9 o'clock at night. For whatever reason, I'm like on the end of the route for the UPS. And I gotta tell you, as annoying as it is for things to come at 9 o'clock at night, I feel bad for the guy. He's got to be out delivering packages until 9 o'clock at night, because when I look at the the tracking notice, they say it was on the truck at like 5 a.m. So, I mean, it may go on the truck at 5 a.m. and just have to wait a few hours before he arrives, but still, that's got to be a long day if he's not delivering my package until 9 o'clock. I only hope that I'm the last stop. So... Have a good night, Oktar. Oh, the SpaceX launch was successful. Oh yeah, that was supposed to be at 8 o'clock or something, wasn't it? I didn't even hear it. I often hear or feel the launches over here, even at my house, but the ones going up on the just the single Falcon 9 don't always have the power to really kind of get through. I mean, especially with the sound and everything going on here. If I was just sitting watching TV or something, I'd have probably noticed it. But with everything else going on, I must have missed it. I can tell you, back when they were launching shuttles, and if they and like a Falcon Heavy would do the same thing, and I would definitely have noticed that, even doing all this stuff. See, Quentin's asking, do you do G.I. Joe, He-Man, Silverhawks, or Marshall Bravestar? As far as collecting, no. I'm trying to limit. I mean, I've got so many Transformers. I'm trying to limit. If my secondary collection, because I've got enough of it to count it as a collection, is Legos. Primarily Star Wars Legos. I've got a lot of Star Wars Legos. I do have some Black Series stuff, particularly the Mandalorian figures. But I also did kind of get the Rebels line. But that's pretty much it. I'm trying to, not go crazy with the Black Series stuff. But Legos, I love Legos. Legos are, sometimes I need to kind of relax. I'll sit down in front of the TV. I'll put on something that I've seen before, because I can't watch something new and build, because then I miss something. So I put on something that I've seen before. If I'm building Star Wars Lego, I usually have Star Wars something on the TV. Maybe I'll have Transformers on the TV, or Pirates of the Caribbean, or something. But it's definitely something I've seen before, and then build the Legos. But that's another problem. I don't have space for all the Legos, so I often have to tear them back down. Nice thing about that is, you can always build them again. So, I still haven't built that Voltron. I got that Voltron a while back, and I still haven't built that. It's been, what, almost 3 years now? I got that Voltron. I've got some space stuff. I've got the lunar module lander. I've got this International Space Station. I just got the nice big Space Shuttle Discovery set. I got nowhere to put it. So part of the whole cleaning up thing is to clear space, not just for Transformers displays, but also for Lego stuff. So why not sell some Iron Factory Seekers? Because I love them. You cannot have my Iron Factory. Just because I don't want to get any more because I have too many of them doesn't mean I want to get rid of the ones that I have. Stay away from my collection, Fitz. I'm definitely going to be selling some stuff. I put some Construct-Bots up. I put like 6 Construct-Bot sets up on eBay a while back. I sold 2. The other ones are still sitting there. I didn't figure the Construct-Bots would sell very well. But my intention is to, like, all of the Construct-Bots that I have and all of the Creo that I have, because the Creo is a nice concept, but it's not as cool as you'd think. I mean, all the little Creo minifigures are pretty cool. But I got all the sets too that you can build. It would have been nicer if you could build it and actually transform it while built, but you have to build it and then tear it down and then build it again in alt mode or something like that. I'll probably be getting rid of those too, and whatever minifigures came with those sets, I'll allow to go with the sets. But I did buy a bunch of little blind bag minifigures too. That stuff I'll hold on to. because those are pretty cool. Am I going to auction Unicron? No. No. No, I could joke and say it's like I'd sell it for $1 million, but you know what? If somebody showed up and sold it for $1 million, I wouldn't want to sell it. But you know, if somebody literally gave me $1 million, I would sell that Unicron, and then I'd go and buy the one for like $1,500. But I know that's never going to happen. So, but no. I also have the one of the toy hack sets that I haven't done is I did get the stickers for him for the Maw. So at some point I need to transform him back into his planet mode and get those stickers on. And whatever other stickers that Toy Hacks puts out for him, I will get. So by the time, so if it ever does come time to sell that Unicron, he's going to be fully Toy Hacks, which means it's probably going to be a few $100s on top of the $600 already on the base figure. So just sell Unicron for $9 million. Yeah. Fitz says, give me the collection, that's in order. You're just asking for another timeout, Buster. I'm not going to do that to you, don't worry. Oh, yeah. Somebody asking about like yeah, you guys asking about the cape. Said Quentin Hager, yeah, says I've been there several times for work. Yeah, I work out there. I work at the Space Center. I have for 18 years now. That's why I'm so close. I actually work out there. I supported the last 21 shuttle launches and the Ares 1X launch. I supported it directly. Now we haven't launched. Now SpaceX kind of is on its own thing. I don't directly support it. I help manage the facilities or whatever, but we do kind of are a little bit more direct with the rocket that NASA's building. So yeah, that's why I'm so close. Is I work out there. Have a good one, Taylor. Always good to have you here. Got to see the final Discovery launch. Most of the launches, I did not watch from outside because I was in the control room downstairs. It was not the main firing room, but it's in our control room downstairs. So we were watching our systems on our computer screens, but we watched the launch on TV. But, I mean, we could feel it. We could hear it and feel it as the sound wave came past the building. So most of those launches I did not watch from the outside. I did a few. There were a few, but I always preferred to be on the console because our particular system, that was when it was most active. Most of the time when it's not launching, the system just kind of sat there. The only time it did anything is when you're testing it, but it played a pretty vital role during launch. So we're sitting there as it's launching. I'm watching all my stuff, making sure it's all doing its own stuff. Then even after the rocket launched, my system stayed on the ground. It was all ground system. So we were still watching it as it's doing all its stuff as the rocket's going up. And then when it got done, we still had more stuff to do. So after everybody's out celebrating or whatever, we're still in there, still doing our job for another hour or so. So Yeah, it's fun. And it's because I was so deeply involved with the shuttle program. That's why I get the shuttle Legos and why I get every shuttle transformer. That's, you know, I've got Astro Train, I've got Blast Off, and that's why I like the Ocular Max Blast Off. Fantastic shuttle mode. I mean, it's brown, it's the wrong color, but still fantastic shuttle mode. And even I got the Machine Robo, like Space Robo, Space C or whatever. It's a little shuttle. It's like I just get all shuttle stuff, man. But it's cool. And it's history. Do I think of Omega during the launch? No. When I was supporting the launches, I was all business. I was definitely all business. And I gotta tell you, most of that shuttle time was before I got back into Transformers. I started out there, it was probably a good 7 years out there, and I was only just getting back into Transformers right as Shuttle was ending, to be honest with you. Do I have the Toy World Constructor or Devastator? I do not. I have the Combiner Wars Devastator, which is the biggest one I have. I also have the Make Toys Green Giant, which is a Devastator. It's more of the normal scale. It's not the Masterpiece style scale. I just couldn't bring myself to spend that kind of money. I ended up getting suckered in with the Bruticus and the Menasor back there. Kind of regretting the Menasor that X-Transbots. It didn't work out as well. The individual figures are pretty nice, but that Menasor is just, oh man. I kind of almost wish I just didn't bother buying the trailer. Just go with those figures. But love that Bruticus. The Bruticus worked out really well with those C.O.M.B.A.T. I liked all of them in their individual modes, and the combined mode actually works out really well. So I definitely like that Ocular Max Bruticus. If I were to do another one, I would probably do the Ocular Max. I was just looking to see if they're kind of doing another one. I can't remember. I almost want to say it's a Defensor, I think, maybe? Yeah, Crack-Up's great. Crack-Up's really good. If you had to get one of them, yeah, Crack-Up was definitely the one to get. So you did well. Yeah, Menasor is definitely worse than Quantron. You know, the, what do they call him? I don't even remember what they call him. Sneak in some Ron John. Man, it's been forever since I've been over to Ron John's. You know, they're famous for being open 24 hours. I actually went over there one time at like 3 a.m. many years ago. Probably even before I lived over here. I went over there at like 3 a.m. just because I could. I don't know what I was doing out at 3 a.m., but I was over here and I went into Ron John's at 3 a.m. just because I could. I had no reason. But it's been a very long time. I was actually over there not too long ago because there's a key lime pie place right across the street from there, so I went over there to pick up a key lime pie. I'm not a big fan of it, but my family is, so they asked me to pick one up, so I did. It's like literally across the street from Ron John's. Mr. Creeper says, "Got to pick up the pace on my collection." No, you don't. Take your time. Before you know it, too much. Ron John's is a surf shop. It's a very famous surf shop over in Cocoa Beach. They've got a few other places, but I think Cocoa Beach... actually, I think New Jersey might have been the first, but Cocoa Beach has been around for a while, too. William Edward Hackman says, "I like Universal Studios Hollywood a lot better than Disneyland. That's why they're both in California." Okay. It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. Disney's way better. To be fair, I haven't been to either of the ones over in your state in California in a very long time. Probably never been to the Universal over there, and Disneyland, I haven't been there since a very long time. You know, like a very small child. Maybe it's the last time I went to Disneyland. But I go to Disney World all the time, and we've got a Universal over here too. Universal's cool. Disney's better. I also worked at both of them, Universal and Disney. Disney's better. I'm kind of near Disney World. I'm in that area. Fitz recently got Planet X Grimlock. Vulcan? Very good figure. Dad's in Kissimmee. Oh yeah, that's right over there by Disney World. I used to live near Kissimmee. Not in Kissimmee. Just a little north of Kissimmee. And you can tell that I know that I've been there and in the area because I called it Kissimmee, not Kissimmee. You can always tell who's from there and who's not. If you happen to see me in Disney World and you say hello, I will say hello back. I don't go all the time, but we do go occasionally. But if the stars align, now let me tell you, I don't usually wear this hat over there. I've probably got my Mandalorian hat on. If you see me in Disney World, I would probably look like this. Or I might have some other Disney hat on. I often do wear Transformers shirts, though. But not always. So, it might also be hard seeing me. If you go during this time, it might be hard finding me like this. But if you manage to track me down, I'll say hi. Alpha Trion says, I heard you now pay per ride. Not exactly. That's more talking about like the Fast Pass stuff. Used to be, as long as you had a ticket, you can select a time for a Fast Pass to kind of get the little Fast Pass ride. Skip the normal line and go through the Fast Pass line. But they shut all that down during this whole business. And but now when they're, I suppose they took that as a good time to go ahead, since everybody's kind of not been doing that for a while. As we bring it back, we'll bring it back differently. So now it depends. There are some rides where it's still going to be all included. It still kind of works the same way. But the rides that you really want it for, those are the ones that you have to pay extra. And it's a little bit different Disneyland versus Disney World. I think Disneyland, it is per ride. Just to get it, I mean, you can still ride the ride and just go through the normal line. Doesn't cost anything extra as long as you paid the price for the ticket to get in the park. No cost extra. It's only extra if you want to get the skip the line pass. I think they call it the lightning pass now. I think in Disneyland it's per ride. In Disney World, I think it's like one flat price for like the bonus rides. So I haven't paid that close attention to all what the exact rules are. I definitely will eventually. Hunting a Hoist DeLorean. Oh. This is the way. Hoist Formers doesn't work quite as much as Hoist DeLorean. I like the Hoist DeLorean. What If? Yes, actually, yeah, I've been watching What If. Those are some good shows. Really interesting concepts. Really interesting. See that T-shirt on Teespring, Hoist DeLorean. That's actually pretty good. I've been trying to think of ideas for what could I do for merch or whatever. It's like, I don't know. Would you guys even buy stuff? I mean, certainly I would wear it myself. But all right, it's not about the money. I mean, sure, the money's great. The money helps the equipment, like the stuff when you guys super chat or you support like with the memberships or anything like that, or even just like the ad revenue or whatever. The money comes to me. But one thing I do is I take all of that money and I put it in an account and I let it build up, and that helps me buy better cameras or lights or other things like that. I do supplement a little bit with my own personal money, but the majority of it is money that comes in from YouTube or whatever. So, but yeah, Hoist DeLorean's pretty cool. I'd have to think about something like that. I've also been kind of wanting to do like a logo, like a real logo, because I mean I got no problem with my face as my profile picture on YouTube or whatever, but I'm not gonna put my face on a T-shirt. I mean, geez, come on. That's weird. Because I'm not going to be walking around like walking around TFCon promoting my channel with my face here and on my shirt. That's just weird. Is that? I don't know. Maybe if you're like really narcissistic or I don't know, but I don't know. Or maybe you don't have to be that far. But anyway, it's weird to me. I wouldn't do it. You buy Patriot Prime stuff. Yeah, see, Patriot Prime, he's got it cool. He's got basically Optimus Prime with the with saluting, which that's his thing, the hoo-ah. Which I gotta tell you, when I'm watching his videos and he gets to the end, I'm doing the hoo-ah right along with him. So that's a great deal. But I mean, it's cool. So somebody made that for him, and it fits perfectly because it's got the stars and the stripes and all that stuff. But I mean, it's like, what do you do for me? Hoist, like an image of Hoist, well then you're close to copyright infringement, or at least IP infringement if you're just using the Transformers character. I mean, I could do like a cartoonish version of my face, or maybe like a robot version of my face, but that's been done before. Doesn't mean I can't do it. Change the profile picture of the Hoist I am now. I could, but I really like that picture. I mean, it was a good picture. Oh, Dylan Transformer faction symbol. That's true. And but again, that's kind of been done before. Maybe I could roll with this Hoist DeLorean thing. All right, who's the first one who said that? Who's the first one who said that? Was that Mr. Creeper? Because if I roll with this, I want to give Mr. Creeper the credit. Yeah. Are you in the Discord, Mr. Creeper? Because I know people in Discord and YouTube don't always have the same name. How long ago is that picture from? Oh, that was before Earth Wars, so. Oh, you're there the same name? Okay, cool. Yeah, it was before Earth Wars. It was a little bit before Earth Wars started. So what are we at? We just passed 5 years, so it's got to be it's more than 5 years ago. Need to make a note of that. didn't have any paper wrote down, so I just pulled up a little notepad. So got it. Cool. So if I ever come up with anything, I'll definitely make sure to give you credit for the idea. I like the idea because you know you got the whole Hoist thing, and you know I definitely big Mandalorian fan. I mean, I like all the Star Wars stuff or whatever, but man, I just love the Mandalorian. I actually just watched both seasons not too long ago again, just because it's great. So anyway, it's time to wrap it up. Getting a little tired here. But good idea. I'm gonna say it's, and then that would work. A fusion of like Mandalorian and Transformers definitely wouldn't be touching any copyrights. It probably would be pretty unique. I don't know if there's many other Transformers out there that've got, you know, channels that have Star Wars built into it. So I'll definitely see what I can run with, and I've been looking at like Fiverr. You know, there's people over there who do logo design, and as much as I would love to do it, I just don't have the skills for it, and I just don't want to put in the time to acquire the skills. You know, like Photoshop or Illustrator or stuff like that. I just don't have. I don't have the time to put in to acquire the skills to build it. Even if I could come up with an idea, but so I might farm that out with some of this extra money that I have or whatever. But I like it. I'm going to see what comes of it. All right, folks. I think that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you for being here, as always. And I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.